Adam, but my next guest is Britain's new challenger in the heavyweight boxing division. Now, he's interrupted his training for his next fight against this 7'2" Russian, Valuev, on November the 7th. It's a real David versus Goliath fight. Will you please welcome the haymaker himself, Mr. David Haye! David, lovely to meet you.
Good to be here. It's good to be here.
How are you going to deal with this monster? Look at the size of him.
A lot of people keep asking me that, you know. Yeah. They go up next to him and they see the life-size cutout, they look at him and think, how are you supposed to reach his head?
Yeah.
But, you know, I've been training real hard for the last few months. You know, I've got a real good little strategy. I've got a couple of tricks up my sleeve for this big guy.
And you know what they say, the bigger they are, the harder they fall.
You no doubt about it.
Yeah, I don't think you'll have much problem with it.
I reckon you're going to mince him.
That's the plan, that's the plan. He's a heavyweight champion of the world. I said to everyone, I want to be the heavyweight champion. We haven't had a heavyweight champion in Britain since Lance Lewis retired a few years ago. So this is my opportunity, this is my chance, and I'm going to do it, no doubt.
You're very confident. That's
I have to be, you know. This guy's had 51 fights. He's only lost one of those. He's never been hurt, never been knocked down. So I'm telling everyone, I'm going to knock him out. So I'm going to go and try and do something that's never been done before.
It's like taking on Bluto, isn't it? Well, Popeye. Has it been hard for you moving up a division?
Not really. You know, I was the world champion at cruiserweight, which is 14 stone 4. You know, I'm around 16 stone now.
Yeah.
You know, this guy's 24 stone, so he's got a bit of weight. He's got a bit of weight on me. But, you know, I've got the speed and agility and skill, I think, over this big guy.
Yeah.
So it's going to be... People don't know what's going to happen. Even experts out there, they're torn and think, you know, is my skill set going to be enough to get past this mammoth of a man? And you have to tune in on November 7th and find out.
Yeah.
I will.
I will. I will, I know.
Yeah.
Do you love the boxing?
I do. I love it. I love him. I've seen him quite a lot of his cruiserweight fights as well, and he's fast, man. You want to see this? It's
well, that's it with him, because I reckon he looks clumsy.
He is. He's very clumsy. But the thing he's got such long arms and he's heavy. He sort of leans on you. That hairy chest of his, was sweating it, and you can see people sort of carrying away from him. I mean, I don't want to get that close to this guy.
I've heard rumours he stinks and that he's a bit whiffy. I'm not being rude.
Apparently so. Apparently so. He's got that sort of wet dog sort of smell to him. Try and keep. He's listening to this, no doubt. He's gonna.
Somebody at home going. You're waiting outside the studio for me. Pick the mini up with one hand. How's your back? Because you had a lot of back trouble in June,
I had to pull out of a fight him a few months ago, so I had a damaged back. That's back on track now, and I'm raring to go. Training's gone nice and smooth, and I just can't wait to become heavyweight champion. Something when I was a little kid, when I was 3 years old, if you'd asked me what I wanted to be, I'd say I want to be heavyweight champion of the world. You know, like Muhammad Ali, like Mike Tyson, like Lennox Lewis. I want to be, you know, the guy, the kids saying the playground, yeah, it's the best heavyweight in the world. And here we are, you know, 9 days away from becoming the heavyweight champion.
I think it's in the back, Neil, do you?
I do.
Do you know why? Because you're 99 and 3/4, well, you're 100% confidence, and that's it, isn't it? That's the secret.
It's having the right game plan as well. You know, I've been confident in the fight I've had before, but
Have you been watching him like a hawk?
I've been watching him and studying what he does, studying his movements, the success other people have had with him, and I'm sort of trying to nick a little bit off everybody, and I'm going to sort of apply it on the 7th of November.
Well, I reckon you're going to sting him. He's going to come away with very, very sore ribs.
Yeah,
that's the plan. He's got plenty of body to hit, so I've got to go out there and maximise it.
How long do you train for each day?
Each day, probably about 5 or 6 hours a day. I do train. I sort of split that into 2 or 3 sessions, and I've got to make sure I eat really healthy as well.
What is your diet?
It's just lots of fresh vegetables, lots of fresh fruit, fish, chicken. Try to stay away from a lot of saturated fats, pretty much all together. You know, lots of different nuts and berries and pulses and.
But they're so good for you, aren't
they? It is. It's difficult getting the amount of calories I need in, because you know I'm coming up in weight, so I've got to be constantly eating. Whereas you know this guy, apparently the guy eats like 4 kilos of meat per day. He's like a horse or something like that.
No wonder he smells like a dog.
No. I'm not sure if that's cooked meat or what, but you know, he gets through it,
Like a troll.
He goes hunting bears and stuff like that. The guy
goes hunting bears?
Hunting bears.
His bare hands. No, please, don't tell me that.
Honestly, he's a right strange character, you know. You can't relate to him. I've met him before, and he's just looking at me like he wanted to eat me. I was at the first press conference in Germany, he was just looking at me, staring at me, and I'm thinking...
But that's to intimidate, isn't it?
It didn't really work, you know.
When did you first start boxing?
I started competing when I was around 10 years old, so it's been what I've done since I was a little kid. Prior to that, I did martial arts, but martial arts is the art of self-defence, where as a kid I just wanted to attack everyone and you know, be the attacker, so I thought boxing's better for me. So at 10 years old, I went to Fitzroy Lodge gym in Lambeth, and sort of learned how to box, you know, and it's gone great so far. I was like one of the most decorated amateur boxers that Britain's produced. Then I went and became the first ever undisputed cruiserweight champion, and now trying to do something that only one man's done in history, and that's become the cruiserweight, and then go up and fight someone giant like that and win the heavyweight championship. So I'm trying to do something that's never been done before, you know, by only one guy, Vander Holyfield, you know, many years ago. And, you know, it's a tough task, but I'm going to pull it off.
Who's your boxing heroes?
Probably I'd say sort of Muhammad Ali, you know, Lennox Lewis, you know, particularly you know, Nigel Benn, you know, Chris Eubank, some of the sort of the great British fighters as well. You know, guys who've, Nassim Mohammed, guys who gave loads of entertainment. You know, guys that you want to pay and they come out and put on great
Frank
fights.
Bruno was good value in his day, wasn't he?
Without a doubt. You know, Frank, you was on the edge of your seat every time he fought, and then he finally won the world heavyweight title. You know, he had like 3 or 4 tries, didn't succeed, and then he, you know, kept going, and good old Frank pulled it off in the end. You know, so it's a great story.
I've got a big soft spot for Frank.
Oh, no, it's hard not to. You know, he's a tough guy. You know, he's been through it all, and you know, he really sort of, just focused on what he wanted to do. He wanted to win that title, and in the end, he did. He showed that, you know, hard work. He wasn't like a gifted athlete. He was big and strong, but he learned, you know, hard work, dedication, and you can achieve anything in life.
Are you doing any more modelling?
Not at the moment. Now, boxing and modelling don't really go together with the black eyes and busted noses. I remember, I used to model.
Cool, man.
That was a sort of testicular cancer awareness shoot we did. You know, they only showed half of that shot there. There's another half. Another half to be shown. Yeah, I used to model when I was in my teens. But obviously I realised, you know, I wanted to be a boxer, I didn't want to be a model. I actually got a few good campaigns, like with Abercrombie and Fitch and Versace, but then I sort of know I want to be the heavyweight champion, I want to be a boxer. And I didn't really get any sort of satisfaction out of sort of posing in front of the cameras, and it wasn't really for me. I liked to, you know...
You want to get in there,
I want to get in there and get stuck in.
Get your teeth in.
And I'm here now, so...
Is it true you've taken a vow of chastity before the fight?
It is, yeah. You know, 6 weeks before a fight, there's no release whatsoever, and it's tough. It's really hard, literally. And, it's something I know. It's something I know that no other boxer would sort of put themselves through. It's like a little sort of. You have to do something that you know your opponent's not going to do, just to give you that little edge. Mentally, you're like a caged lion when you're in there. I know why it is as well. You know, but it works for me. You know, I wouldn't recommend everyone to do it because it get a bit too aggressive. But for me, it's definitely.
Do you know what I think? I think God help him. That's what I think. I really do. Well, don't you reckon? I think he's going to get his eye wiped, this one.
Definitely.
Well, wiped right off the side of his face, quite frankly. Now, we don't want you to injure yourself before the big fight.
You're not going to fight me now, are you?
No. I mean, I used to be called Killer in Birkenhead. I was in the Birkenhead Amateur Boxing Club. And so my dad says, mate, you're too violent, you're leaving. Can you teach us how to, like, do a really powerful punch?
No problem. No problem. Okay. Powerful punch is what I do.
Okay.
So.
Right, have you got your gloves?
I've got my little pads
here. Neil.
What?
Oh, yeah. No place for wussers here. Come on.
You left or right-handed?
Right.
Right-handed. Left or right-handed?
I'm right-handed.
There you go.
This is where we end up in A&E now, down St Thomas's. No play for you tonight, no more for the week.
Call the stage manager, I'm off.
Right.
Brilliant. Right,
come on, Neil, you go first.
Oh, what? You just want to show me up, don't you?
Punching hard is all about rotation, it's all about transfer of weight from your back foot exploding through.
Wow. A lot of people scared me just standing in front of you.
You punch through, don't you?
A lot of people use with their arm, but what you got to do, you got to use your core, use your body, and rotate through the punch. You don't aim at the glove, you aim through the glove.
Right.
So when you go for it, you should sort of go all the way through the shot.
Wow. Okay.
Here we go.
Come on, Neil.
Don't hold your breath either. When you do it, exhale when you go through.
Okay. Here we go.
That was it. There you go. That wasn't bad. The rotation was there, If I had to put my face in front of that, I'd have known about it. Here we go.
That is Popeye now.
There you go.
You got me spinach, bird, please.
Here we go.
You're a gentleman. Now listen, you lot, I want huge cheers, do you hear? Good luck with the heavyweight title on November the 7th in Germany.
November 7th, Sky Box Office. Make sure you tune in.
We shall be watching. Seriously, I'll be there watching.
Definitely brilliant.
Let's hear it, please, for Mr. David Haye. Come on. David, good luck. You're here. You're going to kill him.
Definitely.
You're going to kill him.
Oh, it's going to be so good, mate. I'm so looking forward to seeing it.
I hope he's not watching.
It'll be you next.
If you're watching, Spazzy Bo. That's Russian for thank you. It's the only way I know.